Alright, today we have Carly here. We're in Batgirl Brandolino. Carly is 8th grader, and she is on the 8Y team, but she doesn't have me for math. She's sad. She has Mr. Garland. Alright, and she likes softball. She's on the softball team. So that's why I'm Batgirl Brandolino. Let's move on to rational and irrational numbers. Alright. Oh my gosh, look at this on the screen, puppies. So if I said something like Bull, Scottish, Jack Russell, and Fox, do you have any idea what those are?
Dogs.
Dogs. You guessed that from the pictures. I know. I thought we were talking about math. This is crazy. Well, they're actually all terriers to start off with. Now, are all terriers foxes?
No.
No. But are all fox terriers?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's move on. Now the next one, is the dogs. Again, are all terriers dogs?
Yes.
Yes, but are all dogs terriers?
No.
No, they're not. Okay, then we have cats. Are cats dogs?
No.
Are cats terriers?
No.
No, they're not. They're not related at all. They're two separate things. But what do they all have in common? Do you have an idea?
4 legs.
They all have 4 legs. What else?
Eyes.
Eyes.
Nose.
Like more than just like in general. What are they both?
Animals.
Animals. So they're ball animals. Okay? We're going to relate this to math in just a second. It's so exciting. So both sets are animals. We have cats and we have dogs. And then there's different types of dogs. Okay? Alright. So, starting with this, whole numbers. Whole numbers are the numbers you learned in kindergarten, first grade. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? You got a little older, and you went to integers. Integers are now, you've got -2, -1. You have the negatives and the whole numbers. Okay? Again, are whole numbers, are they integers? Yes, but are all integers whole numbers?
No.
No. Some are, some aren't. The next level are rational numbers, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Rational numbers include whole numbers, they include integers, but they also are fractions and decimals. Okay? Certain fractions and decimals, but fractions and decimals. The thing that does not go with these are irrational numbers. That's the other thing that we're going to be talking about. These do not hang out with the rational numbers. All of these together are real numbers. Okay?
Okay.
Alright. So now we're going to talk about the rational and the irrational numbers a little bit more in depth. So exciting. Play ball. A rational number. It's a number that ends or repeats. So, if I have 1/2, if I know what that is, or if I put that as a decimal, what is that as a decimal?
0.5.
0.5. This stops. It ends. So this is a rational number. For example, the number -3. Does that stop or repeat? It's -3. It stopped. Right? It's rational. It's also an integer. Okay? If you have something like, do you know what 1/3 is?
0.6 repeating.
Close. That's 2/3.
0.3 repeating.
0.3 repeating. So 0.33333333333. If you don't believe me, or if you don't believe Carly, you can plug it in your calculator. 1 divided by 3, and it will go like this. This is a rational number because it repeats. Okay? Alright, moving on. Irrational numbers, which we're going to show hopefully the video in a second. It's a number that does not end and does not repeat. Okay? The most famous irrational number is pi, which a lot of people, let's put about, say 3.14. But that's the rounded number because it keeps going on. You know more of it?
Yeah.
What is it?
3.141592 6535 897 I can keep going. If you
Keep
want.
going.
4, 3, 2, 3. 8, 4, 6, 2, 6. 4, 3, 3, 8, 3. I know more about this.
Okay, we'll stop there. Okay, it keeps going on and on and on. Does not end and does not repeat. Okay? Square root of 2.
1.4, 1, 4, 2, 1, 3, 5.
Okay, there is no pattern here, and it's not repeating. And it doesn't end. That's another irrational number. All right, let's see if this video
wants to know.
You can't lie. Where is Shrek?
Well, I don't know where he's not.
You don't know where Shrek is?
On the contrary,
So you do know where he is?
I'm possibly more or less not definitely rejecting the idea that I
Stop
undeniably
it.
do or do not know where he should probably be. If that indeed wasn't where he isn't.
You are allowed to use your calculator to help you figure out if the numbers are rational or irrational. You need to know how to do the following on your calculator. If you need help, I'm going to be putting a video right here. So please watch the video. If you know how to do all these things, then you can skip the video.
Okay, there's a few things you need to be able to put in a calculator. A fraction. If you're putting 1/2, you put in 1 and then the ABC button, and then 2 is 1/2. If you hit equal, it will show you 1/2. If you want to put in a mixed number like 1 and 1/2, 1 fraction 1 fraction 2. That is 1 and 1/2. Another thing you need to be able to do is going from a fraction to a decimal. So if you have your fraction and you need to change this to a decimal, right here it says the FD. So you're going to hit second fraction to decimal, and it will change it to 1 5/10. Again, to change from a fraction to a decimal, you do fraction is 1/2 equals. To change that to a decimal, second fraction to decimal button, and that will change it back. If you have a decimal like 0.75 and you want to change that to a fraction, you hit the same button, second fraction to decimal, and it will change it to 3/4. A repeating decimal to fraction, let's just say 0.3, just continue to hit the 3 or whatever's repeating, and then hit your fraction to decimal button. If you do not go all the way off the calculator, for example, if you only do 0.33333, then it will not change it to the proper fraction. Okay? Or a percent. So if you have 85, to do a percent, you hit second and the percent key, hit equals, and it will change it to a decimal. To change that to a fraction, you hit the second fraction decimal button, and it will change it to a fraction. The square root and the cube root. To do the square root, you hit second, and then it's the x squared, right above it is the square root, 25, parenthesis, equals 5. To do a cube root, you hit the 3 first, because that's, you want the 3, second, and then right here there's an x with the square root. So the 3 is going where that x is, and then 64, for example. Let's get rid of 4.
which you know
Okay.
how to do all those. We're good to go. Moving on. Okay, so label these numbers as rational or irrational. The easiest way to do this is to get them as decimals. So do you know the square root of 64?
8.
8. Okay, if you don't know that, put in your calculator square root of 64. Next, this means 58 divided by 9. What is 58 divided by 9?
6.4 repeating.
The little bar on top of the 4 means repeating, so it keeps going. And square root of 18.
I believe it's 9. No.
You were thinking 81.
Yeah.
Summer.
4.242646. 40687.
All right. So this first one, the answer, the number that you got was an 8. Is that rational or irrational?
Rational.
It ends or repeats. What about this one?
Rational.
Because it is repeating. And this one?
Irrational.
Irrational. Questions, comments, concerns?
Nope.
Nope. So it says rewrite these numbers in order from smallest to greatest. So of the original numbers, which one is the smallest?
Square root of 18.
Square root of 18. Okay, that was the smallest. The next one that is the smallest is,
58 divided by 9.
and then the final one that is the largest.
Square root of 64.
And that's all you have to do next. Okay? All right. And the next thing you have to do is draw a point and label the numbers on the number line. So the square root of 64 would be
8.
on the 8, so you put a dot, and square root of 64. Where is the 6 and 0.4 repeating?
In between the 6 and the 7.
In between the 6 and the 7. So this is about halfway, so we're going to go a little bit, hang on, right about there. And that is 58 over 9. And then the last one is between
4 and 5.
4 and 5. Closer to the 4 or closer to the 5?
Closer to the 4.
Closer to the 4. Okay? All right. Time for your quiz. Thank you so much for helping me.
You're welcome. Peace out, Girl Scout.
Peace out.